Welcome back, disc golf fans. This is Derek and Chris with Gatekeeper Media, bringing you the back nine coverage of the 2020 Gibson County Challenge here in Princeton, Indiana. What a wonderful event. Thank you so much for having us be a part of it. We want to give a shout out to the Gibson County Visitors and Tourism Board for making this coverage possible. We also want to shout out the Hampton Inn in town. They were gracious hosts for us here. And a big shout out to Dads for Disc Golf, which is the local nonprofit that makes all the disc golf here in town possible.
Yeah, and we also want to give a big shout out to our Patreons for making this coverage possible, as we are at the Princeton Country Club. It's a golf course, a lot of attackable holes, but it's very wet, so the conditions are making it for tough golf. But we've been getting some pretty good scores coming in with a 7 down from Paul Oman. We have Lucas with a 6 down.
Yeah, right on his heels, and unfortunately Jared has just been kind of fighting.
Yeah, let's see if he picks it back up, as we are going to move into this back nine, starting with hole 10. Hole 10 is going to be a par 4, 475 feet. A lot of people are going to lay up right before this water because it is an island green. So this green to the right here with these trees is an island. Everything to the past the cart path is OB. So we'll see a lot of pretty easy. I don't think anyone's going to get aggressive to try to reach this green here.
Yeah, and if you really want to talk about guardian trees, I think this is one of the best examples of that.
So Lucas has the box. There's that layup I was talking about. Just throw it right down there. Try to get as close as you can to the water.
Yeah, and I would say that that's not even, you want to be further left, if anything. So the distance isn't quite as important. You just want to give yourself a good angle for your approach.
So Paul does just that. Dutch looks like he's doing a similar route. That might be a little far right, but I think he'll be okay. And we have Jared as he's getting aggressive.
He was going for it.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Even if he didn't hit the water there, that's still all OB over there. So he'll be throwing from a drop zone. So Lucas is going to get aggressive. Try to get around these trees. Oh, no. So he does find OB there.
Skates on her. Yeah.
Nice
Perfect
shot from Dutch. I would say, really, I mean, throw it into the trees and kind of hope it just drops. It seems to be Paul's play here. As long as you don't get a roll away.
Little Plinko. Definitely dropped in a different spot from where it entered. So now, cresting the back nine here, Jared must have been thinking he needed to get more aggressive, but really at this point, he's just costing himself another stroke.
Yeah, it should be an easy par for him there, though, as this is the second drop zone if you do not make the green on your approach shot. As there was, he did play a provisional there, so Lucas didn't really know if it was out of bounds or anything, so he did throw that up shot, and then he does actually play his other lie as well. But we did, after looking through the caddy book, find out he was OB. Paul misses that putt with the low ceiling. Jared finds the basket with no chains. Nice birdie from Dutch.
Probably the most textbook.
There's that bogey.
There's that provisional shot.
Yeah, so the reason he's putting out twice here is he did play this provisional. So we're going to move into hole 11, par 3, 340 feet. Going to have to carry this water slightly uphill as well. There is OB to the cart path beyond. It's a pretty touchy shot overall. So I would say get aggressive to get it over the water, but you have to watch out for the OB behind you. Dutch hangs something out real wide. Just let it crash. Perfect shot.
Yeah, and having over 300 feet of water carry, could be, in these conditions, a little nerve-wracking.
Because Paul's, this needs to crash down. This is pretty aggressive, and that's what I was talking about. You throw it to try to get over the water, but we have OB on the backside. Should be able to save his par, though. Jared's kind of taking a space run.
Wow.
He's going to end up OB as well.
Risk reward.
Then Lucas, after having a hot start on the front nine, gets his first blemish right on hole 10. That needs to get some distance, and that's going to be out of bounds. He's going to be thrown from the drop zone.
I like the idea that Lucas had, though, was playing it so that it takes the OB behind a little out of question.
Ooh. Nice par save from Jared. Yeah, I agree. As long as you kind of get around that one tree and you kind of flex that forehand, as long as it fades back for you, you don't have to really worry about the OBs. Paul's going to find his first blemish as well. This back nine's turning out to be a struggle for these guys. Back-to-back bogeys for Lucas. It's got to feel good for Dutch being the first one to throw and then the last one to tap out.
I was going to say that. It's a beautiful birdie. Again, another confidence-boosting shot.
So we're going to move into hole 12, par 3, 441 feet. You have this tight gap. It's not a Mando, though, so you can go to the outside. Downhill, but pretty guarded green. So these guys really probably are going to go up the gut. You might see a forehand or two. Try to hit that left side, have it crash down on the hillside.
Yeah, I was going to say you could really play that hillside and let it kind of, at the very least, roll down.
Mm-hmm. Dutch is doing the complete opposite. He goes big hyzer just to crash into the hillside and
stuck
into the tombstone. This Jared goes right up the gut. And no.
Airs it out a little high. Definitely takes a lot of the juice out of that. But from that lie, he should have a pretty straight gap.
Yeah, easy up and down. You can get pretty aggressive, too, because it's basically kind of in between two hillsides. You could see me on the hillside, and you have the front hillside that Paul's going to hit. Yeah, like even that, you can definitely run that putt and not have to worry about anything. And wow.
Sneaky 2 times.
Yeah, that, so we saw basically every way you could play this hole. Big hyzer, right up the gut, and then forehand. It looks like the forehand's the one that's gonna get us inside the circle. Nice approach from Jared.
Oh boy.
There's the turbo.
Oh, just a little low and right.
This is a very interesting putt from Paul. I mean, he's putting 30 feet downhill, it feels like. He's just going to loft something down there.
I mean, look at that elevation change.
I'd always rather putt down than up, though. It's not on line. So this is going to be for the birdie. Very nice.
Oh. Hit the center pole, bounced out. Those chains were not doing their job that time.
And Lucas is really having some bad luck and some bad breaks with these chains. So that's going to be his third kind of splash out.
But that's why you work hard early on to give yourself a little bit of insurance when you get those bad breaks.
Dutch with the easy par save. That's gotta hurt. Does stop the bleeding though. We're going to move into hole 13. Hole 13 is a par 3 at 424 feet. Wide open, but we do have these big guardian trees. This bass is going to be pushed right in between them. So at this point, it's really whatever shot you got. You kind of want to get to this tree line.
Yeah, and you want to be pin high left or right, because if you go short or deep, you're going to be really battling these trees here.
Yeah, so I would say even missing short and left is not a bad thing here. This Dutch just doesn't have enough height on that. So it's going to go early. This is looking really good from Jared. Little turn.
Stay clean. It does not, but it drops him right in the circle.
Yeah, but it might be what you were saying. He might be behind that tree there. You might have to straddle.
Paul going really high, hyzer.
And he crashes down, but once again, he might be stuck behind that tree. I honestly think going early and left is a little better because 450 feet, trying to go past the basket or at least pin high is a pretty tough shot. So I kind of like this play a little bit more. Just kind of go out there to the left. Layup from Dutch.
That's a beautiful layup.
Probably right on circle 2 edge.
Oh.
Good.
Sit.
Good
Okay.
bid. Paul just outside the circle, has to straddle.
Seeing a lot of metal hits.
Jared.
Oh, man.
No.
3 in a row.
Oh, no.
Oh, wow. Lucas, you got to take your time there, bud.
Let's hope the wheels don't fall off for his round. He had such a good start to this tournament. He's now taken 3 bogeys on the last 4 holes. Tough break for Lucas. So we're going to get some par cleanups.
So, having the pinched off view there, but still managing to see 3 metal hits.
Yeah, these guys are dialed in. They just need to make minor adjustments. We might get some highlights. Dutch now takes that solo second place spot on this card. So we're going to move into hole 14, par 4, 537 feet, OB to the left there. Basically, you just kind of want to throw something right out into this opening where the drone is. Then cart path is OB, so you do have this little island green. I would say, once again, pretty simple hole for these guys. We should be seeing a lot of birdies on this hole. Because even if you don't get the distance on your first shot, you definitely have a lot of room for your second. But that's textbook right there.
It is a little deceiving as well, where you do have a lower ceiling right off the tee than you'd think that you do.
So Jared gets lucky that stayed in bounds.
Oh, that got a little overcooked.
So he'll have a little bit more work in terms of distance, but wide open shot, so.
That tree hit may have helped, actually.
Is that his phone and his mini in his back pocket? Because they both look excessively large. Pretty standard hyzer shot, like I was saying.
So even with the missed tee, he's still putting himself in contention for the birdie.
Yeah. Pretty easy hole overall. As Dutch needs flirting with the OB. That's a tough putt. Jared's, this is looking pretty good. Puts himself about 20.
Yeah, he was a little close to the base of that tree as well, so I'm wondering if that may have gotten in the way of his backswing.
Ooh. Good shot from Lucas. Dutch, he's about 45 out.
Did that hit chain?
No, it looked like an air ball. This would be a good birdie from Jared. He cans it.
Right in the heart.
Touch.
Oh
no.
man.
For the par save.
Talk about needing to take your time.
Yeah, it's tough. Paul's going to clean up the birdie. So Paul with the missed throw on the first shot. Perfect approach. He's going to have an easy birdie. Dutch with a good first shot. Not the greatest approach. He's going to take a 3-putt bogey. Lucas. Doing some Karate Kid.
Just brush it off, man.
Hole 15, par 3, 327 feet. It is the Mando to the left of this tree here, so these guys are going to have to throw either a forehand to the right gap or a little mid-range kind of turnover shot. Pretty attackable, though. If anything, you hit these trees and you have a very easy 3. So we could see 75% of the field parring this hole. So just make the Mando. Just like that with Jared, he'll be able to have kind of like a semi-bid. Then just take your par.
That's looking great. Nice and low.
Misses the tree.
Oh, yeah.
Tapping birdie for Paul. Man, he just missed that tree. Here's that forehand route I was talking about. So that needs to
stable up.
Just finds that tree. Dutch is going to go with the forehand as well. His more, he goes to the left of that whole tree.
He's lucky he didn't go deep in that wood line.
Yeah, should be a fairly easy up and down. As Lucas tries ringing it up with his forehand. We could definitely see he's a forehand dominant player. If he has the chance to throw it, he's going to throw it.
It's a good layup for Jared.
Dutch needs this. Oh, wow. So Paul's going to gain a stroke on the whole card here. Lucas really trying to get this round back together. Tough back 9 for him. Jared just playing for par. Birdie when he needs to. At this point in the round, the rain kind of was gone. It was staying pretty dry. But like you said, it was a 2-day, and we knew rain was coming later on. So.
Oh, yeah, the radar was looking pretty aggressive.
Paul, other than that one bogey, he's having himself a pretty good round. I would say he's probably on pace to have the hot round, if not at least be on lead cards. We're going to move into hole 16. All you have to do is watch out for that one branch the drone has hit. But other than that, pretty straightforward, 261 feet. Probably just going to see some hyzer shots from these guys. Just got to miss that low ceiling right there. Really nothing in the way, though, in terms of being on the green. So Paul, a little straight. There's a little creek down there. It does play as casual.
Gives himself like a 35-foot.
That is looking pretty good from Jared.
Shot.
About pin high, about 25. Is that his mini in his back pocket? Because that's a big mini.
Yeah, I think it is.
Too long. Come on. Oh my gosh, that was so much shorter.
Short and left. Oh, this flips up nice from Dutch. He's gonna go left though. Thought I was gonna flip and turn, but I mean, all these guys circle edge putts basically.
Can he do it? He cannot. Low and right.
Dutch. Oh no.
Man. So at this point, he just knows that his game is not on.
Yeah. Oh, man. I would just say on the putting green in general, these guys, some bad breaks. I mean, they're finding metal. Just can't can them as Jared's going to get the lone birdie. Good putt from Jared. So we have the maid coming through. Cleanup. Oh, cleanups. Couple pars. We're going to move into hole 17. This is a very tough hole. Par 3 at 356 feet. To the right of this path is OB. 2 lanes, you can go right up the gut here, or you can kind of hang it out really far left with a forehand. A lot of trees to hit along the way, though, so we'll see what route these guys take. I'm probably going to see both. Looks like we're going to see a thumber.
Oh, that looks like it might drop right. It's just short. I thought for sure it had the distance.
Paul's gonna take that up the gut shot.
Just might be playing that skip here. Oh,
Awesome. Nice shot from Paul. We have Lucas. That big forehand hyzer shot. Very aggressive. Having something finish left to right, knowing that you have OB over there. But it's definitely the more open shot.
Dutch looked like he rolled that one a little bit.
Big skip.
Whoa.
All right, that works for Dutch. Lucas.
Wow.
Ooh, nice putt.
Flirting with that OB too.
Yeah, that was close. That was about a 45-footer. Oh, yeah, we're going to rewind that for you. Oh, yeah.
Here you go.
Needed that. Good putt from Luke. So we have Dutch.
Oh, no.
No.
Wow.
Man, these baskets are not being friendly to these guys.
Dutch in particular.
Yeah, we saw it with Jared. We saw it with Lucas. We saw it with Dutch. These guys at this point. Ooh, very nice putt. These guys probably just want to end this round, kind of dry off, get ready for the next one.
Although not much use drying off with what's to come.
Paul with the tap and birdie. Jared with another birdie. Sitting at 3 under now. He's starting to put together a pretty solid round. So we're going to move into hole 18, par 3, 312 feet. Everything to the left down there is casual. So if you do end up in there, it's not the end of the world, but it is going to be a tough putt. But very similar to hole 1. You just kind of want to throw a nice hyzer shot for these ready backhands. We're going to see that from Jared. This might be a little deep.
Plays off the path.
It's going to be probably like a 45-footer.
With a drop off behind it.
Yeah, he might lay that up. Just take his medicine, walk out of there. We'll see if he gets aggressive. Paul, this looks like a little bit of a better line. Actually, the wind. Yeah, that must be a crosswind there because that kind of just pushed it.
Looked like the flag was getting pushed forward, so they're dealing with a little bit of a tailwind, it looks like.
Oh, same thing. It's going to hook up, though. Good stability.
Pretty sticky green overall. That looks...
That's a good line from Dutch.
Great. Yeah. That'll play.
See if Paul can finish off this round with some green.
Just short.
It was probably because of that drop off, kind of just a half bid.
Jared doesn't care. He's going to say, I need to get aggressive.
I really like that back nine from Jared. He had the tough beginning, but he really got aggressive there, and it paid off.
Well, and having round two, shortly after finishing up here, but in a wooded course, that probably played a lot in there because he needed to get aggressive when he can.
Mm-hmm. So Lucas, he's going to try to find the birdie as well. No.
Oh, that's dropping off.
That's gone. Lucas, this is going to be a tough par save. Man, tough back nine for Lucas. It's Dutch. The baskets were not friendly. He found OB quite a few times. Put up a respectable 4 under. I don't know if we'll see him on the lead card, but he's definitely still in contention.
Going back to the round two, that course, Dutch did play round two blind.
Yeah. It's Paul with the 9 under. Very solid round from him. Just the one blemish. And then Lucas just needs to pick his head up. He had a really good start to the round. See if he can pull it off in round two. So we're going to see Paul 9 under. Dutch and Jared. Jared with a 4 under, man. That was a solid comeback from him. Mm-hmm. Very good round. So we're going to take a look at this leaderboard. Aaron with the hot round at 10. Paul's able to stay on that lead card. Man, I'm excited.
Yeah, me too. And I hope everybody likes rain golf because you're about to get a lot of it.
Yeah, so make sure you hit that subscribe button. Stay tuned for round 2 coming out tomorrow. Once again, we are Gatekeeper Media, Chris and Derek. We'll see you next time.